Now, we've still got plenty of awesome games coming up for you guys, including a look at DayZ's new Livonia expansion, a pub crawl through hell and after party, and advanced info on XO19. But first, we know you haven't gotten your fill of bald badasses, so here's some news from everyone's favorite assassin, party clown, sports mascot, whatever you want to call him. It's Agent 47. The next and final expansion for Hitman 2 takes Agent 47 to Haven Island, a tropical paradise in the Maldives. For those following the expansions thus far, Haven Island takes place just after the events of the last New York expansion, and will probably let you bash someone over the head with a coconut if I had to guess. What's more exciting than that? Maybe this. Haven Island is available today for Expansion Pass and Gold Edition owners. Check out this intro to the expansion and enjoy the high life.
So, this is paradise.
If you can afford.
Gentlemen, glad to hear you made it out of New York. Where are we?
Olivia decrypted the data 47 recovered from the bank. We isolated 3 transactions from Providence partner accounts. All made out to Haven, a small corporation operating out of the Maldives.
And what does Haven do?
To the public, they specialize in reputation management for the rich and famous. The real money, however, comes from the covert reconstruction of identities for wealthy criminals. They make people disappear.
The partners are using Haven to acquire new identities.
Yes. Olivia's been attempting to hack the Haven servers, but the owners of Haven are manually resetting the access keys every 10 hours. That, unfortunately, makes them targets.
Haven Island is a true tropical paradise. Owned by the company's founder, Tyson Williams, the island is used by Haven as a combined headquarters and client entertainment center. Current and potential clients are ferried to the island and treated to the very best the Maldives have to offer. Michelin star chefs, a full massage spa, private huts, exercise facilities, and all the comforts of a luxury island resort are made available to them. 47. We'll be sending you in as a potential new client. We've put together a convincing cover story. You're Mr. Reaper, a thief for hire looking to disappear for a while. Your mission on the island is simple. You need to eliminate the 3 owners of Haven. Tyson Williams, founder and rumored tyrannical CEO of Haven. Ludmila Vetrova, a former confidence artist hired by Williams to serve as a client recruiter and handler. And Stephen Bradley, technical wizard and the brains behind Haven's proprietary software platform.
With the owners gone, Olivia will be able to penetrate the Haven servers long enough for her to secure the new partner identities.
I've uploaded all the information we have on the island and the 3 targets. Best of luck, gentlemen.
I don't rely on luck.
Well, a little wouldn't hurt.
Nothing beats seeing a joyless Agent 47 in a tropical paradise, right? Completely dressed for it. But when it comes to sheer quirk, the developers behind Felix the Reaper might have 47 beat. If you're unfamiliar, Felix the Reaper is a romantic comedy about the most romantic and comedic guy around. Who's that? Death. Felix the Reaper comes to us from developer Kong Orange, and as you might expect, the game that is bringing you such a heartfelt story is a little offbeat. But they're awfully friendly. They actually produce their own behind-the-scenes mini-doc as a way to say hi, so let's take a look.
Death is dancing on some historical images. And that seemed so much fun that we thought there's some kind of game hidden in here. It's funny to look at, and it immediately says, make a game about me. He draws how stuff is supposed to look. Felix the Reaper is a shadow manipulation puzzle. It's in 3D, but at the core of the whole thing, it's about making people die. Once you've figured out how to manipulate the shadows, you solve little adventure plots that will eventually lead up to a person dying, like they're supposed to in the plans of the Ministry of Death. He sculpts stuff. When you meet Felix the first time in the game, you almost immediately find out that he likes to dance. He's been practicing that for a while, and it turns out he hopes to one day be able to run into Betty the Maiden and ask her to dance. So it's sort of his master plan. Move and act. It looks really nice when a chubby guy like him dances the way he does. It sort of has this inherent comedy to it that is both relatable. You don't laugh at him, you kind of feeling joy with him. He codes so you don't have to. In Felix we work with dancers and musicians and historians. And when we get inspired from all their talent and all their skill, it feels like we can make a deeper game where the entertaining aspect has more impact because it has the weight of all this skill and talent in these people. Things get sad because of him. In a sense, this is taking death more serious. We actually sort of cherish each person dying in this game because there's a lot of build-up and humor around it. More than just having it be some sort of mechanic where people have to die for you to move on. Even if that is what we do, we spend a lot of time making sure people die.
Oh man, October 17th, here we go. Leave it to video games to make Death seem like a fun guy. Now you'll be able to play Felix the Reaper day and date on Xbox Game Pass. That's October 17th. And now, are you serious? I have to segue out of Death? Challenge accepted. Now we're taking you from 6 feet under to a mile high. Yes! Nailed it. The 4th DLC for Ace Combat 7 adds a whole new mission in which you have to capture an advanced submarine codenamed Alicord. The new DLC adds some new game mechanics, including an electronic support area that helps you lock onto enemies super quickly, and electronic countermeasure areas that will do the exact opposite. So pilots, it's time to sortie for Operation Sighthound, beginning tomorrow on Xbox.
It's a requiem. Set off as soon as we're ready.
Our objective is to capture an advanced submarine in harbor at Artiglio.
The sub's force projection capabilities are equivalent to a carrier strike group.
A real monster if there ever was one.
Down quite a few, but haven't even made a dent. Three not authorized. I mean, our hotshots won't even last 5 minutes.
This boat has the means to end this hideous war in a definitive and elegant manner.
What is his goal?
I see 3 strikes. Get him.
I'm gonna screw you up so bad.
As of now, this boat no longer belongs to the Erusian military.
That monster will roam the ocean.
The world shall be horrified by the number of lives we will take.
Milo, how long have we been friends?
Our entire lives.
Our whole entire lives. And so I want you to understand that I'm not blaming you for getting us killed and sent to hell.
What do you want?
2 dead orphans. And I'm not even saying how drinking Satan to get back home is the worst idea you've ever had.
Okay, well, Lola, what are you saying?
Just saying, you should pace yourself.
Lola, can you get alcohol poisoning in hell?
Feels kind of wrong to do this interview without a drink in my hand, but I will try my hardest. And I'm joined by the also sober, I think, Night School Studio Director Sean Krankel to talk about After Party. Hey, Sean. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
It's really good to see you. We just saw this trailer for After Party. So why don't you tell us what After Party is all about?
Yeah, if you couldn't tell from the trailer, it is about 2 best friends who have just died after graduating college, which sounds like a pretty awful situation. But fortunately, as they are in line in hell about to get processed and figure out their eternal hell, it turns out that there's a loophole. And if you can get invited to Satan's after party, or sorry, his nightly party, you can actually outdrink Satan and he'll grant you re-entry to Earth. Nobody's ever done it before, so that's what the game is about, is these 2 best friends sort of exploring the underworld on this crazy pub crawl through hell.
I'm just committing that to memory, in case anything happens down the line. That may come in handy just later. So I want to rewind things a couple years back to your previous game, to Night School's previous game, Oxenfree, came out in 2016. Immediately ended up on a lot of the 10 best lists of the year, including mine. I know you read my live journal, where it did make it in there. And the game is available on Xbox Game Pass. And between now and release, please download Oxenfree, play it. I've never seen a game that handles conversation better than that. But the tone here is a little bit different. That game, sort of a realistic setting where like fantasy and paranormal things happen. It's turned on its head for After Party.
Big time, yeah. I mean, for us, I think after completing Oxenfree, which was a pretty serious game, set in a setting that felt quite familiar, we wanted to flip that and go, let's be really fun and do a ton of world building. And instead of having a cast of only, 2 or 3 characters, why don't we look at a cast full of, this one has over 200. So it really, I think for us, it was important to carry over the connective tissue of Oxenfree, which is the dialogue system, the ability to walk and communicate. But how do we amp that up? So it was really about now, Milo and Lola going through this almost R-rated version of a Pixar movie, and we created our own hell basically for that, and them explaining that.
I've played the game at GDC and I think at PAX, and we've seen a number of trailers now. Yeah. This isn't your grandfather's hell. This is like hell looks kind of cool, I guess. So tell us what went into that.
Well, we wanted to start somewhere that was more fun than the usual pitchforks and, heavy metal and orange and just blood, which there's, a fair amount of that in the game as well, but we wanted our hell to be more like a nightlife that you want to explore. So there's a whole host of different districts, some that feel like Shibuya, some that feel like you're in Amsterdam, some are like New York, and they're all connected through the river Styx. And so we've got, our demons are people that are working all day torturing people, but at night they got to go out, they got to go drink, they got to go kind of let their hair down. And the humans that are getting tortured also actually coexist with these other demons. And so our hell is sort of this mix of all religions. We basically treat every afterlife from every religion as if it were correct. And so we've combined that into our own, strange version of the underworld.
Hence some of the loopholes, apparently.
Yes. Yes.
So let's talk about drinking, and let's talk about how that actually works in the game and how it affects what is happening and what you're doing.
So yeah, drinking and partying in general in the game is such a crucial theme. And so early on, we're like, let's prototype all these various types of drinking. We had pee meters and we had you blacking out. None of these things were fun. So we were like, how do we hone in on the fun aspects of it? There were pee meters, there were people puking. It was a mess. But we veered much more into this territory of maybe drinks can feel like a potion, almost like a Harry Potter thing that will sort of amplify the communication style. So in Oxenfree, the script was much more about just like there's 3 options that the player can say, and that's it, and that's how you progress through the game. But in this, if you're in any bar, there's 5 or 6 different drinks, and each drink can change your personality, and that will change the entire script. So if you want to talk like a pirate, there's a drink for that. If you want to talk like a mobster, there's a drink for that. If you want to be flirty, all these variety of drinks and concoctions then change how you interact with everybody inside of the game. And so that's not just a fun flavor thing, it's also a strategic thing. Like you might not want to flirt with the giant evil demon you're playing beer pong against, or maybe you do, because maybe it'll throw them off.
There were so many different endings in Oxenfree with just those 3 solutions. I'm imagining like your narrative board is like Charlie from It's Always Sunny, where it's just like, all these interconnected things. So I cannot wait to see just how many different, how my adventure unfolds compared to, somebody else's. Before you go, again, play the game, heard a lot of trailers, and something that jumps out at me is some really great voice talent. I feel like some people are familiar. Who are we going to be conversing with?
Yes, so our 2 leads are Janina Gavankar and Koi Dowd. Janina, she was in Star Wars Battlefront, but she's also got this illustrious career, of course, in TV and film. And then Koi is in a ton of different anime. He's also Detective Pikachu. He's great. So the 2 of them, I just love seeing them interact because they're very similar to their characters. But, in Oxenfree, we had a very limited cast. This, having 200 characters means we have a massive cast. So we've got, we're fortunate enough to have Dave Fennoy as Satan, which he's just perfect. We actually brought back Erin Yvette, who was the lead in Oxenfree. She plays your personal demon in this, named Sister Mary Wormhorn, who tortures you over the course of the game. We have Ashley Birch, just a huge, massive cast of incredible talent. We're very fortunate.
Suffice to say, not a lot of games out there like this, and it's something we'll all be looking forward to. So, Sean, thank you so much for coming by to talk After Party, and for teaching me that we're all going to need strong livers to survive the afterlife. And while drinking may cure woes in the afterlife, it won't help me survive around in DayZ. But knowledge is power, so Rukari juices up with the latest on the DayZ expansion.
All right, well, up next, we're excited to show you the next big expansion coming to DayZ. Livonia spans a massive 163 square kilometers and provides sunny summer terrain with lots of forest locations to help you reenact your favorite Ewok-style ambushes. No joke! Start screaming Ewok stuff into your mic when you jump out of some bushes. It totally will freeze people up. Usually I would scream my favorite artist. I prefer Carly Rae, but we won't go into that. All right, now in addition to the new map, this expansion adds lots of new content that can be used in Livonia and the main game, including, can't believe I'm going to say this, a bear. Like a big, hairy, likes fish, sleeping like an actual bear. I'm going to stop making jokes before Reddit gets mad at me, but check out this trailer for Livonia coming to DayZ on November 13th.
Da DLC chama Livonia. Chega dia 13 de novembro.
Now, before we get out of here, we wanted to give y'all an update on our next big event.
That's right, XO19 takes place in London, November 14th through the 16th, and we could not be more excited.
We're more excited, Larry.
We're thrilled to celebrate with the UK with the entire team. That means gaming royalty will be there. Phil Spencer, Matt Booty, Xbox Game Studios, and
Major Nelson.
Yeah, that's the gaming royalty right there.
You're right there. Exactly. Now, we're already working on a ton of announcements for the show, not to mention just celebrating Xbox along with all of you, the fans.
Well, if we're celebrating along with the fans, that means we got to get all dressed up. Cosplay contest? Group cosplay contest?
Cosplaying, yeah.
Yeah, well, let's do it. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Master Chief, maybe. Short Master Chief. Speaking of sweating through your clothes, last year's event in Mexico City was such a blast. Literally like a life event for us. Being up there on the stage, never felt anything like that. If we have 1/10 that much energy in London, this will be something to remember.
I know you can bring it in London because tickets for our celebration go on sale October 1st, with all proceeds benefiting Special Effect, a nonprofit that does incredible work in the UK to help bring the joy of gaming to those with physical disabilities.
All right, we want to see all of you there, so grab your tickets on October 1st at xbox.com/X019. Yes, that's X0. You say XO, but it's really a 0.
You know, I think both will work on the website. Give it a try. All right, if you can't join us in person, we'd still like you to join us digitally.
That's right. Inside Xbox will be back live from the event November 14th, 3 p.m. Eastern, noon Pacific. What time is that in London?
8.
Okay. He's got it. 8 p.m. British summertime with all of the news, the reveals, and this feel-good scripted banter that you love from Inside Xbox.
And boy, does it feel so good. This will be our biggest episode of Inside Xbox yet. Let me just say that one more time. Biggest one yet. Absolutely packed with announcements. Plus, we have additional programming throughout the 15th and the 16th to celebrate all the big announcements from the show.
And don't forget, if you want to toss your hat in the ring for Project xCloud testing in October and beyond, head over to xbox.com/game streaming. We're starting small in October, but we'll open up more spots for participants, add more games, and we'll keep all of you updated on the progress.
Biggest show ever. We're going to be held to it, so we'll see you on November 14th, live from XO19 in London.
Now, from all of us here in sunny Seattle, thank you for watching today's episode of Inside Xbox.
And we love the sun so much, we're going to London, so tip your servers, try the fish and chips, and we will see you at XO19.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Cheerio.
Até novembro acabou o Insider. É isso aí. Foi o Insider de hoje. Nada lá muita grande coisa. Como já esperava, só esperar o de Londres agora. Beleza? Tchau, fui!